Stick close to the camera.
See, now Josh is shunting me out.
Like that shot from Karate Kid. Smashes them.
Did anyone get the card? Yeah, I just saw it.
Sorry, where am I standing now? Oh, you want me over there again?
Just keep close to the camera so I can see this fucking face.
Still pretty. It's still pretty. It's still pretty. It's full of no, he's months ago.
Are we in?
Yeah.
First thoughts?
Glad I got the victory here in Samoa. The crowd was amazing. And I'm going to say it's finished the year off good with a win. You know, it's Kev wanted to. Kev knew we could have finished it a bit earlier when I got him down and that, but just had to work on a few things.
It's a victory for patience, maybe?
Maybe too much patience. I was a little slack with the jab a few times for some stages of the fight, but just again the same thing, getting excited and getting too close. And I'm not giving myself enough space to actually throw the punches that actually have a lot of power and can do the damage.
Were you surprised with the amount of body shots you got on him that he still kept his hands up for so long?
Oh, he's a tough opponent. You know, he's been sparring with a real champ, Deontay Wilder. He's been in the ring with 3 champions, and he came prepared and he came confident. And I was just I think I started with the body a little bit too late again, but it's just work in progress.
Joe, you put him down with left hands today, which we've seen right hands before.
Yeah.
How satisfying is it to start putting things down with left hands?
No, it's good. You know, I'm satisfied that my left hand did land.
And the liver shot.
But I just and the liver shot did land as well. But I know that myself that if I actually sat down on the punches a bit more and when my body's in the right position, I could have done a lot more damage.
You looked a little even frustrated in the mid rounds there, looking over at Kevin and.
No, I was looking at Kevin for guidance. I always, when I get a bit of time in the ring, when the ref's breaking it up, I always look at Kevin for advice and guidance, and just to see what he's gonna tell me to do.
What was he saying to you in the middle there? He was almost taunting you at times.
I was just saying, you know, you're a big guy with good speed, but you're not hurting me. So I just when I went back to the corner, Kev said, "Don't worry about what he's saying. Just keep following the plan." So I try my best to follow the plan.
Kev, what was your take on the whole thing?
I couldn't believe how durable he was. Like he came to survive, you know, and he had those blinkers up constantly throughout the whole fight. You know, he knew that Joe was a powerful guy, and I was really surprised that he lasted the time that he did, and especially the body shots that he absorbed. There were a couple of times when he went down on one knee with the body shot, and the ref picked them up and never called it, but they were legitimate knockdowns. I think there was about 4 legitimate knockdowns.
Would you have liked the ref to maybe been a bit more proactive about the holding that was going on?
Like there were a few things. The head was down low continuously, but look, you know, we're not going to complain about the ref. You know, like it was a great fight to bring to Samoa. We said we were going to bring them a real fight, and we said the southpaw challenge would be a real challenge to Joe, and it was actually probably a bigger challenge than what we thought.
How do you think he adapted to southpaw?
You know, the southpaws are awkward, and especially southpaws that don't come to fights, and you know, it makes it even harder. He was a survivor. But I thought Joe, stuck to a couple of times, as you heard him say before. He got in too close. He was a little. He did get a little frustrated, and I think it's part of the learning curve. You know, it's something that he's going to have to, and we're going to have to work on. Just staying a little bit more composed and not getting frustrated in longer fights.
Did you have a good talk to him after that first round about the jab? Because it was just being poured out there in the first round, but it snapped straight away in the second round.
Yeah, he got. Joe knows himself. He could have jabbed a little bit better. You know, he's got a world-class jab. and I want him to use it from the get-go. But he got it going eventually, and it was it was telling. It set up his punches.
How hard is it to knock a guy out when you can't counter punch? When he just spends all that time with his hands by his head.
Well, no, it's very hard, especially if they're just trying to survive. But there, I said to Joe a couple of times in the corner, there were openings. There were things. The uppercut was there, especially when he was bringing his head down with his hands either side of his ear. Joe tried it on him a couple of times, but I think the fact that the ref let him get in close so many times, it did frustrate Joe a little bit. He wanted a dynamic. He's had some great knockouts this year, and I think he wanted to deliver the spectacular knockout in Samoa, and probably tried a little too hard to do it.
He probably left him with a few broken ribs, though.
I think he's going to be very, very sore to the stomach. There's going to be the colour of his urine is not going to be the normal colour tonight.
Joe, you've now got time off. You can put your feet up, relax. 10 months of hard work is kind of over.
Yeah. Trying to get a tan. I worked on my tan beginning of the week, and then I got a bit red. So I have to put on some lotion before I get back in the sun. Have a nice swim, relax. Mangoes. I love mangoes.
Yeah.
You got caught in the first round after you backed him into the corner, but a bit of a surprising shot. Were you surprised by that at all, and did any of his blows sort of hurt at all?
No, I think at one stage he palmed me in the eye, which I did feel. So thanks for palming me. But I didn't really feel a lot. When you're coming in for the kill, you got to be careful. When you're coming in to knock someone out or to land your punch, you got to be careful what's coming back. And he got a good punch.
What's next?
We're looking at South Island fights in mid-April, and we're going to step up quite dramatically this year. I mean, Kevin's pointed out that it was a southpaw challenge this time, and then after the break, we're looking to really attack that world title. So you'll expect to see significant steps up. Found it fascinating, Bergman pretending Joe wasn't hurting him, and the comments there, because it's very different to what Bergman said to Dean Lonergan straight after the fight. In fact, quite the opposite. Maybe Dean could share that and get Bergman to share.
You go and ask yourself.
You go ask Bergman about, compare him to Wilder. Ask Bergman. Bergman was sparring Deontay Wilder, world champion, straight before this camp. Dean says, how does he compare? And Bergman's words were that Joe punches much harder and in bunches and is a better fighter. So, but you can ask him that yourself.
Sure.
But yeah, look, it'll be a big year, and we're hoping that we're going to be right up there in another year or so.
Is there a particular kind of fighter you're looking for April?
I think we're probably back to orthodox guys, probably within the top 20, and then stepping up hard, top 10 and beyond.
So maybe July is the time when you're really based on the top guys.
You'll lovely get a sort of eliminator type fight mid-year, and then, or could, there's politics. Sometimes it comes quicker and sometimes it takes longer, but I think the guys are doing a great job and on the right track.
David, were you just looking over the whole promotion here in Samoa? Will you judge it as a success?
Damn right, it was fantastic. I mean, we went into it with trepidation. Easy to just keep doing business in New Zealand. You know everyone, you know the markets. So we went in thinking, whoa, what's this going to be like? There's a lot of hard work, a lot of travel. We thought we might lose a lot of money. We're certainly not going to get rich out of it, but it's been more successful than we'd anticipated. Everyone's enjoyed it. There's been a wonderful vibe, and to New Zealanders, I'd encourage them to come up here. Lovely place, friendly people, and it's good to do business. So it's been a great promotion, one of the memorable ones.
Joe, I did ask you yesterday about where this fight would rank the whole event. Now, I mean, is it still one of your more memorable sort of weeks?
Of course, man. This is a great event, and thanks to the team for putting it together. If it wasn't for Duke events, and the whole team wouldn't be here. And very thankful. It's a proud moment for Samoa, for my family and myself, and it's one for the memory books. It's one that I'm going to hold close to my heart forever.
Could you feel that Parker chant that went up? Maybe it was the third round or fourth.
I didn't feel it, but I heard it. I heard it really loud. I think it was one of the rounds at Parker, and sweet, and it gave me a bit more energy. So no, it was good. There was a lot of support, and it's what we